Yeah, Ivy. Look, they had my credit card, okay? So I'll be home as soon as I can. Okay. Bye. Chad, I'm surprised you're still here.
You gotta be somewhere, right?
Are, Fox and Whitney still here?
Another.
Look, Chad, you don't need another drink, all right? What you need to do is go home and get some sleep. Come on, I'll give you a ride.
No, thank you, Chief Bennett, but I'm way too angry to sleep right now.
Chad, I know it upsets you to see Whitney kissing Fox, but I don't want to see or have any more trouble with you and your brother.
Half brother.
Look, the point is, you really have no say in Whitney's romantic life anymore, especially if she wants to be with Fox.
I can't just turn off my feelings for her, all right? We were gonna get married.
Look, I know you love Whitney, okay? But you can't anymore, at least not like that. She's your half-sister.
Yeah, I know. We both have Dr. Russell as our mother. Thanks for reminding me.
Look, I know it hurts, okay? But you have to learn to control yourself.
Look, I know I can't be with Whitney anymore. But for Fox to move in on her the first chance he gets, well, that's... God, I thought Fox was righteous and upstanding. Turns out he's after Whitney the whole time. And Fox reeks. He reeks as a friend, and even more as a brother.
So back off, old man. I'm not gonna let you bully me into giving up Whitney the way that my grandfather bullied you into giving up her mom. I'm not gonna let you ruin my life, the way the grandfather ruined yours. And I feel bad. I'm sorry that you haven't learned from your mistakes, but you know what? I have. I go after what I want. What I want is Whitney.
Fox. Are you all right?
Well, Ivy was in there. She made a big show about feeling sorry for me about Chad and Whitney, when the reality is that she's just trying to stay on my good side.
Oh, that's right. You threatened to expose something she blackmailed you into helping her do.
And we got sidetracked because Whitney came running in. And she was so upset, Julian. She said that she's hurting now more than ever, and it's all my fault.
No, it's not you, it's the situation. Earlier, Fox told Chad that he was in love with Whitney.
What?
Well, losing Whitney because she's his half-sister was bad enough, but losing her to his half-brother Fox was more than Chad could handle. It's all Sam and I could do to keep Chad from killing Fox.
So, our son is losing my daughter to your son? Oh, God, Julian, this just keeps getting worse and worse.
Excuse me. Hey, look, I just want to talk to you just
Please, Chad,
for a
you'll
second.
understand, okay?
Hey, just for a second.
Respect her wishes, Chad, all right?
You okay?
Yeah.
How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks.
Okay. Damn, stay away from her, Fox.
No, you stay away from us.
Harmony is a beautiful place. An autumn in New England is muy especial. Magical. If only things with my family were as clear as the sky tonight. Do they love me? Or are they just using me like the old man at the mansion said? I'll pray for guidance. Bueno?
Paloma, es tu tía. Mija, ¿cómo has estado?
Hi, Tia. I don't know. Harmony's beautiful. Well, I haven't seen much. Mama fainted.
No me digas.
Oh, but she's okay now. Her doctor lives on the Crane estate. Tia, no sabes. Mama y Teresa have the best of everything. Clothes, servants. I don't see any sign that the family's struggling to make ends meet. You know, the Cranes pay for everything.
Well,
Maybe now they do, but before...
No, tia. Before, when Teresa thought she was married to Julian Crane, they could have sent for me. But they didn't. Why did it take so long for my family to bring me home to Harmony?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to stare, Mr. Wheeler. You remind me so much of my husband. And your face is different, but... your eyes and your voice, they seem so similar to his.
If I could only admit that I'm your husband, Martin. God help me. Maybe I should.
Pilar, you know, I felt the same way when I first met Mrs. Wheeler. I thought she was my mother, Catherine, come back from the dead, but of course it's not possible.
Right. Sheridan felt the same way with Mrs. Wheeler. Obviously, Mr. Wheeler isn't Papa.
My head agrees with you, Mio. But my heart...
Pilar. Luis, I have to tell you something. It's time for you to know.
Give me the gun, Catherine. You don't even know how to use it.
I mean it, Alistair. Don't even try coming closer.
Just calm down. Your bluff is amusing, but quite lame. You don't have what it takes to take a human life.
How interesting, Alistair. Since you're not human, you're a cold-blooded monster who has destroyed more people than I can name. Well, guess what? It's over. I'm not gonna let you do this anymore. Someone has to stop you. And who better than the woman you've tortured and abused all these years?
Get off it, will you? You're not gonna use that. You're too scared, far too weak. You always have been. You couldn't even stand a little stress in our marriage to stay with your own children. No, you were so lily-livered you had to sneak off in the middle of the night with a company employee. You left your son and daughter high and dry.
I had no choice. Sorry. Oh. Dios mío.
There was a gunshot.
Sounded like it came from the library.
Catherine.
Of the one who could sing so sweet, and I would fly on the wings of the bird I knew could take me high as breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
Come on, I will let go of me. He's ready to break up with your brothers, for God's sake. Damn you. Damn you for taking advantage of Whitney.
Chad, listen, all right? I didn't set out to stab you in the back. I can't help it that I fell in love with Whitney. You can't be with her, Chad. Why not me?
Because I trusted you to look after her, not take advantage of her.
I'd never take advantage of her. I love her.
Stop saying that.
Hey, stop it right now, and I mean it.
Fox, let's just go, okay?
Listen to Whitney.
Fine. Let's just go.
Chad, your father and I know how traumatic this is for you.
You don't have a clue. Right? Neither one of you do. I was gonna marry Whitney. We were gonna start a life together. Because of your secrets and the lies you told to cover them up, it's not gonna happen. Damn you. Damn you both to hell.
Paloma, escúchame. Never think that your family didn't want you home in Harmony long before now.
Then why didn't they bring me home sooner?
Because everyone thought it best that you finish preparatoria here in Mexico. Then, Pilar lost your family's home because of that conflict between Teresa and... oh, that Rebecca Crane and her daughter Gwen.
And you know, the Cranes kept your family from finding work in Harmony. And before that, they did struggle for years just to get by after your father disappeared.
Now, if the family seems to be doing well now, it's due to Teresa's being surrogate to Julian Crane's daughter-in-law.
I don't mean to be disrespectful, Tia, but I've heard excuses my whole life. It's always been, Paloma will bring you home soon. For Christmas, for Easter, for summer break. Pronto, Paloma, pronto.
No, they were not excuses. They were reasons for you to stay in Puerto Arena with me. Pilar thought it best not to disrupt your life.
Tia, I don't want to argue with you. You know I love you.
Sí, yo te quiero mucho también, mija. The whole family does.
Then the whole family should have brought me home sooner. How could my life or anyone else's be disrupted by coming home to Harmony?
Oh my God. That's my gun. Damn, Catherine took it.
Father!
Mrs. Wheeler.
You.
Hey, don't touch the gun. Anyone. I'll call 911.
Father and Mrs. Wheeler, they're dead.
No! This is Luis Lopez Fitzgerald. We need an ambulance over at the Crane Mansion ASAP. There've been gunshots. We have 2 people down.
Ooh, sorry.
Perdón. I mean, excuse me, I wasn't looking where I was going.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention either. Got a lot on my mind.
You're Chet Harris. I recognize you from pictures my sister Teresa has in her room at the mansion.
Oh, you must be Paloma. Yeah, your mother had your picture up next to her bed in the hospital the whole time she was there.
She did?
Yeah. I heard Luis and Sheridan went to Mexico to bring you back to Harmony. Bienvenida a casa.
Gracias.
De nada. So, how your mother and Teresa doing?
Well, my mother fainted earlier, but she's okay now. And Teresa, well, she seems fine. She loves living at your house.
My house. You mean the Crane Mansion?
Yes, I read that you're a Crane now.
Don't remind me. And as for the Crane Mansion being my crib, well, no way, Jose.
Who's Jose?
I'm sorry, it's an expression. No offense.
Oh, none taken.
So, you're new here. You'll enjoy it. You know, I used to love Harmony before.
Before you found out who your parents are. And that the woman you were going to marry, Whitney, is your half-sister.
Bad news travels fast.
I'm sorry. I can't imagine what it must be like for you.
Yeah, well, it's hell. And it's getting worse by the minute. I mean, it turns out that my half-brother Fox is in love with Whitney. Has been for a while. That lying dog. You know, he's just like our father.
Julian Crane. I met him and Dr. Russell at the mansion when Mama was taken ill. They seem nice.
Well, they're not. They're lying scum. You know, and because of their lies, I fell in love with my sister. And now, because of the tabloids, everybody knows I'm Chad Harris Crane, the bastard that bedded his sister. You know, you're lucky you have a normal family.
Normal. My family packed me off to live in another country with my aunt when I was a baby.
Now, I've known your family for years, Paloma. I don't think they're like that.
Don't judge a book by its cover. I'm not even sure my family loves me, or that they really want me here in Harmony.
I want to apologize to you for getting into it with Chad earlier tonight. I'm sorry that you got upset. I know that all you wanted to do was go out with me tonight, have a nice, relaxing dinner, forget about all your problems with Chad, and it just seems like being with me reminded you of all of them, you know?
I've got to get Fox to sleep with me tonight so that I can pass this baby off as his instead of Chad's.
Oh, God, forgive me for what I'm doing.
Fox, you're not to blame for my problems. Being with you actually helps me put things in perspective. As a matter of fact, I'm starting to see myself in a better place once I get past this whole mess with Chad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad you see yourself in a better place. I don't want you to kid yourself about Chad. You know, you two are going to be connected from now on.
So what do you mean?
What do I mean? Well, you know, you two are half-brother and sister, and he's my half-brother, too. It's bound to make things complicated.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I never thought of it that way.
And then, of course, you know, there's my father, who's already siding with Chad, his bastard son that he just found out about over me. I've been his son for over 20 years.
Well, thank God Fox and Chad finally went their separate ways, at least for the time being.
I suspect Whitney will be an issue for some time.
I hate that we've caused our children so much pain and sorrow.
What can we do? We can't control Fox loving Whitney.
Julian, I still feel a little shaky after seeing Chad and Fox fight. I'm gonna go freshen up in the ladies' room.
Of course. I want to thank you for helping me manage my sons.
Just doing my job. Besides, I like Chad and Fox. I don't want to see either of them getting into any trouble over the situation they're into, no fault of their own.
You still think of me as a monster, don't you?
I used to, but so much of what's been happening lately is ultimately Alistair's doing. But you know what? You and Eve should have been honest about your past. All of it. Your secrets destroyed so many lives when the truth came out, especially TC's.
Yeah. Your best friend since childhood.
TC and Eve had a wonderful marriage. Your past with Eve ruined it.
That's exactly what it was, Sam. It was the past. I never tried to ruin Eve's marriage. Liz did, though she'll never admit it.
Look, I don't want to get into the blame game, okay? The point is, TC is devastated, and you know what? I can identify with that.
Your situation with Grace and that David Hastings fella.
Grace's amnesia kept her from remembering David and the son they share. So I can identify with what TC's going through.
Julian, I'm so tired. Could you take me back to the mansion?
Of course. Good night.
Chief Bennett. What? There's been a shooting at the mansion. Look, I'll be right there.
What? Who's been shot?
They didn't know. EMS is on the way, but I think I'm gonna need your help. As doctor or as acting coroner. Let's get out of here.
Oh my God, she's alive.
Oh, thank goodness. Is she wounded?
I don't think so.
Wait a minute. And all this blood. Oh my God, it's my father's. My father's dead.
You are my passion for life.
Well, it's okay, you know. You should have known that my father would care more about Chad than me. You know, he's ignored me his entire life. And Chad, well, Chad's his son with Eve, the love of his life.
Yeah, well, don't remind me.
So you wanna know what the kicker is, though? For me? Is that my father would have given anything to have stuck by your mom and made a life with her and married her. But did he do that? No. No, he caved to the pressure from my grandfather and he dumped her. And now, now with stupefying irony, the man standing in front of me, he's doing the exact same thing to me that his father did to him. He's trying to force me to stop seeing you.
Well, Fox, you know you can't let that happen.
I know. Don't worry about that. I told him to mind his own business.
Fox can never give in to Julian. I need to be with Fox so that he'll think he's the father of my baby with Chad. I'm proud of you for standing up to your father about us. Especially after I gave you such a hard time when I found out that you were in love with me.
No, hey, don't worry about it, you know. Look, I just want you to be happy, you know. Happy the way you were with Chad before, you know, found out.
Yeah, I was happy with Chad. But that was then, and this is now. And I can see myself happy with someone else.
Now, I can't believe your family brought you back to Harmony just because your mother was sick. I mean, every time I heard them talk about you, it sounded like you were special to them.
But not special enough to bring me home until now.
Well, at least when they sent you away, they kept in touch. You know, you knew who they were when you were growing up. I didn't. Now, my bigot grandfather kidnapped me from the hospital I was born in, kept me hidden from my parents. And they didn't even try to look for me until recently.
But I read that they thought you were dead until recently.
Yeah, that's what they said. But why should I believe them when they lied about other stuff?
Yeah, it's hard to know what's true and what's not.
Like my father saying he loves me and then trying to bribe me into loving him back.
Bribe you? How?
Well, he offered me this great job at Crane Industries, my own record label, the corner office, you name it.
That must involve a lot of money.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe how many zeros are on that contract.
You should take the offer.
But I don't even trust my father. Hell, I don't even like the guy.
So what? The key to getting back at your parents is to accept that offer.
Oh my God.
Alistair?
What happened here? Who shot Alistair?
No, we heard a gunshot from the living room. We came to see what happened and found my wife and Mr. Crane on the floor.
Well, who are you?
They're the Wheelers. They're friends of the family from Mexico.
It's like Mr. Wheeler said. We were all in the living room and we heard a gunshot and we came to investigate.
His vitals are weak.
I'm getting weaker, I hope.
I'm Dr. Russell. This man has a bullet wound to the chest. He's lost a lot of blood. We're gonna have to do emergency surgery if we're gonna keep him from losing any more.
We'll transport him to the hospital right away.
No, we don't have time for that. We've got to remove the bullet and stop it from hemorrhaging ourselves. Here.
What?
Could you get me a surgical field kit and a gurney that will be stable enough to do surgery on?
Eve, let the old man die and hopefully suffer doing it.
Julian, I hate Alistair as much as anyone. But I took an oath to save human life. Yes, even that monster's.
Eve, just let him die. Just let the bastard die.
Luis, no. Eve, you have to save him.
Why? The man is pure evil.
I know. He's done so many horrible things to us through the years. But I want him to live, Julian. I want to understand why he is the way he is.
Alistair murdered my Antonio, kidnapped Paloma, tried to kill you and Sheridan. And he helped Rebecca take Teresa's son away from her. Our home, our jobs. And I know he had something to do with your father's disappearance. God help me, but there's a part of me that wishes Eve doesn't save him.
I hope he dies, too. Saving the trouble of killing him.
I wondered what it was Mr. Wheeler was about to tell us. It seemed important.
Well, regardless of whether Alistair lives or dies, I'll ask Mr. Wheeler what it was that he wanted to tell us.
He still reminds me so much of Morton.
We need to talk about what happened here, later.
Yes, sir.
What a time for Eve to honor her Hippocratic oath.
Julian, please. I know Father is an evil, hateful man. I know he's cost you a lifetime of happiness with Eve. He's always tried to keep me away from Luis. But seeing him lying there, bleeding, demystified. Father's human after all.
Mortal, yes. Human, no. I hope he's halfway to hell by now. Listen, I understand how you feel in spite of all the pain he's inflicted on you. You missed out on so much love as a child after Mother died. Even though Pilar tried to take Mother's place on a rare trip you made back home from school in Europe, Father made no secret of his loathing and contempt for you.
Father always blamed me for Mother's death. It's more than that, though. I know it is. I never had any closure with Mother when she died. I don't want things to end the same way with Father.
Just know that our mother loved us both very much. You could take comfort in that.
I will. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but sometimes I just wish our mother could come back to us.
Would that she could, I'm sure she'd be here now.
All right, now, Catherine, tell me what happened. We need to make up a plausible cover story to tell the police.
Well, I'd come to Alistair to kill him, which is when you found us together earlier.
I knew it. You were lying before about wanting to go back to him.
Of course I was lying. I'd never choose to be with Alistair over you, Martin. And the only reason that I said that I would go back to him and be his wife is because I thought it was the only way to save our children. But then he said that he was going to kill Luis anyway, and I was not going to let him do that. You had already lost Antonio because of Alistair. I was not going to let him kill Luis too. So I told him the deal was off. He mocked me for standing up to him. He didn't believe me. He didn't take me seriously. So I pulled the gun and we struggled. I pulled the trigger and I shot him.
Okay. Now listen to me. You can't admit to pulling the trigger. If Alistair dies, you could go to prison for murder.
He suffered significant injury to his chest cavity.
Yes, far too much for you to repair, I'm sure. Why don't you just call it a night and let the old man die?
I know that he's a constant source of torment to us. But that's what I do. I save lives. No matter whose life it is.
It is amazing to me that you can help someone who's brought you so much heartache.
Frankly, it is to me, too. But time is of the essence. I have to concentrate on my patient now.
What did he say?
It doesn't look good, but she's going to do everything she can to help Father.
You know, I'm amazed that he was so professional. Now I'd be tempted to let Alistair bleed to death. The way he treated my father and Ethan.
Couldn't agree with Sam more. Heck, if I'd have known Mrs. Wheeler was okay, I doubt I would have even called 911.
Speaking of Mrs. Wheeler, I need to find out what she was doing in a library alone with Alistair and why there was a gun.
You think she shot Alistair intentionally?
She doesn't even know my father.
Even so, the man has been shot, and I need to figure out what happened and why.
So what are you saying? You saying you could be happy with me?
Fox, before I let myself get upset with you, you know we had some wonderful times together.
Yeah.
I mean, remember when we were in Los Angeles and Chad was working all the time? We were together every single day. And that was the best summer of my life.
I had a good time, too. And then, you know, remember when you found out that I was in love with you and, well, you know, you were there. You know what happens.
No, I totally know what you're saying, and I was just wrong. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's totally fine. You have no idea how long I've waited to hear you say something like this. I'll tell you a secret. When I thought we couldn't be together, I thought I was gonna die. So I buried myself in my work. So if I sat around thinking about you all day and about how I couldn't be with you, I would have driven myself crazy.
Well, I'm driving myself crazy thinking about you right now. What? What's wrong?
My job. Crane Industries, my father.
What? I mean, are you worried that being with me is going to put your job in jeopardy?
All right, so why is taking a job at Crane Industries a ticket to getting back at my folks?
Their lies and secrets ruin your life, right?
Hell yeah.
Don't be mad. Use the job your father offered you to get even with both of your parents.
Well, I'm about to begin surgery with your help. Sheridan, Pilar, I want you to go in the living room with the others. God, give me the strength not to finish you off. I wonder how Father got shot.
I think that's what Sam's about to find out.
Here's what you say. You say that Alistair tried to rape you at gunpoint. You fought back, and the gun accidentally went off. Okay?
Mrs. Wheeler, I need to talk to you a little bit about what happened in the library.
Of course, Chief Bennett.
How did Alistair end up being shot? I don't want to alarm you, Mrs. Wheeler, but if Alistair dies as a result of his wounds, and depending on the circumstances of the shooting, this could become a murder investigation.
It's not necessary to investigate anything, Chief Bennett. I can tell you exactly what happened. I shot Alistair Crane.
Accidentally?
No. I shot Alistair with every intention of killing him.
No, I get it. I mean, you're worried your father's going to sideline you at Crane Industries if you defy him by seeing me.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I was just saying that I'm going to be working a lot, you know, and if we start seeing each other, which you gotta believe me is what I hope happens, I don't know how much time we'll be able to spend together.
Oh, well, I'm sure we'll find time to be together. Actually, I was just worried that you were gonna give in to your father about not seeing me.
No, I don't care what he says. Whitney, I don't care what anyone in my family says. If I want to see you, I'm gonna see you no matter what.
You don't know how relieved I am to hear you say that. I do care about you, Fox. But I care about sparing my baby with Chad from the truth that its parents are brother and sister even more.
Paloma, what are you saying exactly?
Listen, you can get revenge on your parents by going to work at Crane Industries. Use all that money your father has offered you and the power that comes with it to punish your parents for ruining your life and Whitney's. Punish your brother Fox for taking Whitney.
Hold on. Let me get this straight. You admit to deliberately shooting Alistair?
I do, Chief Bennett. I just wish that I'd aimed better. I would have saved Dr. Russell from going to all this trouble.
Excuse me, Chief Bennett, sir. Could I please have a few moments alone with my wife?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. Catherine, what are you doing? If Alistair dies, you'll be arrested for murder. You could go to prison for the rest of your life, sweetheart. You could get the death penalty.
I don't care, Martin, anymore. I did what I had to do to protect Luis. And you, Martin, your family, my children, all the people we love so much. I meant what I said to Chief Bennett. If I had the chance to shoot Alistair again, I would shoot to kill. Alistair is a monster. He has to die.
You know, we all hate Alistair for all the things he's done to us and people we love. Mrs. Wheeler. I mean, that cold, still look in her eyes. I mean, how could she hate someone she doesn't know so intensely?
It's like the woman has a history with Father, a reason to hate him enough to want him dead.
How can that be? Father and Mrs. Wheeler just met tonight. Father!
No, let Eve do her job.
Father!
I know. This could be it.
He's crashing, Dr. Russell.
We're gonna lose him.
Don't you dare die on me, Alistair. I want you alive so I can pay you back for all the misery you've caused me and the people I love.
If Alistair does die,
I may die as well.
And make your dream come true.
Angelic Paloma is actually a very angry little girl. A tidbit of information that we on the dark side can use to our advantage.
The next big thing is coming to NBC. The first weight loss competition. 2 teams.
Go! Paul!
2 diets.
If you cheat, don't lie to me.
They'll be given everything they need to succeed.
I am here to be a role model for my family.
And every chance to fail.
Way to cave in and eat a cupcake.
In the end, a contest where the biggest loser is the biggest winner.
I want to stay. I need to stay.
The Biggest Loser, NBC Tuesday in 2 weeks.